wrong.
Thank you for joining us. Some of you were probably just with us. Thank you for joining us again. Once again, I'm your host and comrade, Rob, and this is For We Are Many podcast. Today we are talking about coverage from the movement for justice for Duante, Wright. And a big part of my goal in doing this is to both talk about what's going on right now and go through footage from the past 4 days and try to find clips of him talking to the people on the ground and talking to the organizers. I think that's crucial. Anyway, over there on the other end somewhere are Don and Trisha.
What up?
Yeah, right now you are looking at my glorious cat, the most honorable chair kitten, Meow Say Tongue.
Or at least a portion of it.
Right.
Yeah, he's way too close to, well, now you can't see anything. It's just blacked out by fur.
Yeah, he decided to lay right across it and shove his face in the camera. Well, you're probably more looking at its neck fluff or something, but...
Right.
But we are here.
But we are here. And we are live. Don't forget that we do have a Patreon. Feel free to donate to our Patreon at patreon.com/forwearemany. Obviously, if you're listening to this, you found us on some of these platforms. We are also on podcast platforms. But I also want to take this moment. I'm actually going to look it up to drop it in the comments. But the media that we are going to be commenting on today comes from Unicorn Riot. And I'm going to drop a link to their website in the comments. Hello, James, again. That is not the right link. Take two. There we go. The link is in the comments. That is unicornriot.ninja. So before I start the live feed, I paused it because this happened right when I got on there. And this is an example of the things that I'm looking for and what to show you guys today.
Hey, what are you doing here, sir? Protecting my people, protecting the community. We're not trying to start no riot, we're trying to have a peaceful protest. That's it, that's all.
That's it, that's all. Anyway, I'm gonna bring us up live now. And
As we see, the National Guard is here at the precinct.
As we see, we live in a police state.
So many places throughout the cities. 3,000 of them.
I just want to express my solidarity with every person that is able to be out there.
Also during the timing of Duante Wright's killing, which has amplified the whole feeling here in the Minneapolis Twin Cities area. You hear the chant?
Anyway, in another tab, I'm currently looking for clips from the last several days, as I was just discussing.
Yeah, most definitely. So we're gonna be joined by one of Travis Jordan's best friends. Travis Jordan
Oh, shit.
was killed on the north side, not too far from here, about 30-40 blocks, by Minneapolis police officers, but in the sense of a mental distress call. And we're joined by one of his best friends who's gonna share with us what he's doing out here. So yeah, you want to introduce yourself and just sort of take it away. Like you can talk
I
about
can
Travis.
barely hear the audio from that feed.
Okay. Hi, Travis Jordan was killed November 9th, 2018 on a wellness check. The police showed up and within 20 seconds disobeyed the first policy of any wellness check, which is to keep any boundary that is safe between you and the person in distress, as long as that person in distress does not show that they've already been hurt. Travis Jordan had not hurt himself. So 3 minutes and 45 seconds, they coaxed him and said, "Hey buddy, come on outside." Now the police had already been warned that he may have a knife. So knowing that, they took away the safe barrier between themselves and Travis, begging him, buddy, come on out here. Come on out and talk to us. As soon as he got out, policy number 2 states that if there is objects that you can place in between yourself and somebody in distress, that you must use them, get behind them, be safe. They did neither of that. They had Travis on his blind side, and the cop in front of him who shot him 7 times had both a 2-foot diameter tree to get behind, as well as a car directly behind that. If officers are being, if Officer Chief Arendano is on the stand testifying that Derek Chauvin's lack of following police policy led to a death, then how is it possible that officers Neil Walsh and Ryan Kais, by not following their policy on a wellness check, how is it that they are not guilty of a crime? How is it that they did not induce said safety measures that made them feel like they were in so much trouble from 20 feet away that they had to unload 7 bullets into Travis's body? So we're out here, another man dead, another black man dead. We will not stop. Legislature, Warren Limmer, you are holding up legislature. You are in there doing nothing and you're planning on retiring. What is the point? So you can just leave some stodgy old man who stud his rural ground? Let me ask you, Warren Limmer, what sundown town do you come from? Because we're in Minneapolis, aka Murderapolis, aka Mississippi, aka Myanmar. I'm used to my gas mask. That's all. We are the center of everything that's going on and the last ones to do anything about it. New Mexico, New York, Colorado, Oregon, all of these states passing measure after measure for police reform. That's working. And we are just ignoring the already laid out plans for us. We've gone and we've brought them Camden's plan. We as the families supporting families against police violence, Tashira Garraway, all power. Listen to black women. They are out there trying to do things. We have gotten this stuff and they just sit on it in the legislative floor. When are we going to pass it? When is enough enough? When is this? The militarization of our own people against our own people? Are you kidding me? We got them going on at midnight telling lie after lie after lie about what happened here. So I had to come. No more just marching with the families, coming to the front line. We do this. We pass legislature. We come to the front lines. We support every family that loses someone lost to these murderous police. We will be out here, boots on the ground, staying out there forever and ever.
How's Tim Walz doing?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was muted. I feel like he's going to go on for a minute, and that's okay. But I don't know. I agree with everything that he's saying. But I have found another piece to show you guys. So
Who I missed something. Who is that?
just a guy.
Okay, just a protester.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if he was somebody.
This is from the day it happened. Oh, right.
Because now this is exactly what they want you guys to do, so that way my son isn't being heard. And I need that to. This is my husband.
Your son's being heard, sis. Your son's being heard.
This shit gonna stop.
Your son's being heard. We're not playing about my baby.
Justice for Duante, that's it.
Period.
We don't want all this extras. Let's get justice. We'll get justice for my son.
Justice for Duante.
Justice for my son, Duante. That's what we want. Justice for him being shot for no reason at all. On his way, he was on his way to get a car wash.
That's what happened.
He was on his way to get a car wash. He was pulled over because he had air fresheners in the rearview mirror.
Car wash? How many of us get a car wash with air fresheners? We all do. They even do on their police cars. How dare they?
But I need you guys to, all the violence, if it keeps going, it's only going to be about the violence. You need it to be about why my son got shot for no reason. We need to make sure that it's about him, not about smashing police cars, because that's not going to bring my son back.
You got that right.
So that was Dante's mother, y'all. So y'all know how this works. The police wants to trick us because they don't want us talking about the fact that they murdered Duante Wright. Say his name. 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 Duante Wright. This ain't about no checkers, y'all. This is about chess. It's not got to trick us into doing no stupid shit out here. Let's be smart. They got all kind of weapons that they can kill us without any trouble, y'all. Let's not let them lay us down. They already laid our brother down. Let's go say his name. 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 Say his name, y'all. We gonna get justice for Duante Wright. Justice for who? Justice for who? So we're not gonna let them trick us into doing something so we can't talk about Duante Wright. Y'all know how this works. If they get us into something here, they won't even talk about Duante Wright on the news. They'll talk about us fighting the police. And we won't even get to the bottom of why they murdered Duante Wright. Don't you fool around with them. You already know they're murderers. They don't kill Duante Wright. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? They don't murder Duante Wright. Don't give no excuse to murder. We ain't got no assault weapons. Do we? We got no assault weapons. Right? So don't get an excuse to shoot us. Let's get justice for Duante Wright. What's his name? What's his name? Say his name.
The police took the two cars out.
Say his name.
All right. So I just wanted to circle back to the beginning, I guess, and point out that all of this is about justice for Duante Wright. That's what they want. And the first night of the protests, the police escalated with huge force. And I'm not interested in replaying any of that. I do encourage you to watch these streams and see what's actually going on. I don't think that you're going to see a bunch of people attacking the cops. I think you're going to see a bunch of people defending themselves from the cops. I am actually very glad to say, for the most part, the crowd has been very focused. They're there to say their piece and they're not going to go anywhere. It doesn't matter if you try to put them on a curfew. It shouldn't matter. I mean, even if you're one of those like constitutional guys or whatever, then you would acknowledge that a curfew is unconstitutional. I'm just saying. Does anybody else have anything to say about what Dante's parents said? Okay.
Well, just now I could barely hear it, but that was the same clip that I had watched yesterday when I first started looking into it to see what had happened. And for her to say that all her son was doing was going to the damn car wash. He's just going to wash his car.
And I would like to point out that at almost anywhere that I've ever been, if you go to the car wash, they give you an air freshener to hang in your fucking mirror.
Right. And if they don't give them to you, then there's at least some there for sale for cheap to just toss in the car. You know, even if it's a self-serve car wash, you've got a little dispenser of those. That's just having a car air freshener in a car is a perfectly fucking normal thing to do. It's not a reason to be pulled over. It's certainly not a reason to be approached, even in the manner in which they approached Dante. It's absolutely not a fucking reason to pull even a taser, let alone a pistol. And this is something I want to point out right here for anybody who also is not aware, because these were some of the questions that we were asking the other night, because it boils down to be able to determine, at least at some level, what the officer's intent was, okay? Because they either want us to believe that this motherfucker is unbelievably fucking stupid, or
I'd like to point out, actually, I'm going
to good of an actor. Well, hold on. I want to
go ahead.
These few things for people to take into mind when considering how they're gonna view this motherfucking cop in this instance, because the weight difference, for one, the fucking taser weighs a half a pound, 8 fucking ounces. Her pistol weighs 2.6 pounds, more than 5 times the weight of the taser. Second point being that she was holding it for 3 fucking minutes, over 3 minutes, before actually shooting him. You cannot tell me with any fucking reasonable amount of believability that you can be holding a 2.6 pound gun in your hand for over 3 minutes and still not realize that it's not the fucking half-pound taser. You are either unbelievably fucking stupid, or you are just that good of a master fucking manipulator to literally try to say that and act convincing about it, like, oh no, I really thought it was my taser.
Right. And I'm sure the defense is going to try to paint it as like she is like she made a mistake, like it's a rookie mistake, right? But
Yeah,
she
like,
was on the force for
26-year veteran.
26 years. Senior training officer. She's the head of the police union.
Yeah, they're gonna play ignorance. Definitely. Like she didn't know what the fuck she was doing.
She knew exactly what the fuck she was doing. This was not a heat of the moment, accidentally grabbed the wrong thing situation. They were on opposite sides of her body, and she was holding it for over 3 minutes. It's not like,
Exactly.
I accidentally pulled the wrong one and immediately pulled the fucking trigger like a dumbass who's untrained, you know? But I guarantee you're correct. They're going to try to play that fucking card, and it's just another weak-ass fucking excuse for, you know, basically thinking not being their fucking superpower. And it's like, okay, if that's really the truth, that just you're not capable of thinking, then, you know, how qualified are you for this position? Oh wait, you're basically telling us that you literally shouldn't be doing this job. And
For over 26 years.
Right.
She should have never been a cop.
Period. Anyway, I have a live Well, live-ish. I guess it was probably like 5 minutes ago now, but another.
Sorry, it's hard to shoot. Whatever, it's hard to see. But yeah, I go by Deep Roots, and I'm feeling pretty fed up. I'm feeling like it's really time for us to start fighting back, like we saw with the murder of George Floyd, with people who threw down and burned down a police station, the 3rd precinct. We need militancy in our movements, and people filled with that energy need to feel confident that they can take actions, and then we as a movement will support them.
Can you talk about what do you think that militancy brought last year to the uprising, and do you think that impacted the responses by the police and the court system?
Well, it inspired the world. You saw militant actions all across this country. You saw solidarity actions across the globe, and it pushed police abolition as a mainstream idea and talking point. Now, that can't happen under capitalism, but the point is, we're chipping away at the ruling class's defense forces. So that wouldn't have happened if it was just a peaceful sign-holding protest. Like, it just wouldn't have.
What have you seen up here in the last 5 days?
So this is my 3rd time here, and I just got here not that long ago. I've seen people with that militant energy. I've also, from what I've been hearing, and I've been here, while I've been here, I've seen it, is like people trying to pacify it, and people don't realize how dangerous that actually is and counter-revolutionary that is. So part of the work I do is trying to push back against that.
Can you just expand on that a little bit if you can?
Yeah, so I remember hearing the other night, stop throwing things, or don't do this, or don't do that, because then the police will be violent. Without understanding that when we're fighting for justice, it's a conflict that's always going to occur. And especially when we're effective, they're going to fight back against that. That's not a sign of weakness. That's a sign of our strength, that they have to respond to our efforts. I mean, this whole metro area is pretty much under military occupation. It's insane. And they did that because of all the property damage that happened during the uprising. I mean, that's what they care about, and that's why you see police and National Guard outside of strip malls and grocery stores and all those other areas. Those people, they don't want their shit fucked with, and that's what they care about.
So we have a bunch of umbrellas up here tonight. We also, as you were sort of talking about, some people.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I just got here, but I was talking to comrades, and they were saying that people are being told to not be militant because then they'll be violent towards us. They were already doing violent shit towards us. You know what I mean? They were already pepper spraying and tear gassing and shooting rubber bullets. I talked with 3 people last night that were hit with rubber bullets. Like, it's insane. So this notion that we do it the right way, like, it's just bullshit.
All right, so like there's plenty to discuss there, I think. What's your main takeaway on that, Austin? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I believe no matter what kind of protests, the police are going to be violent. So inherently, we need to show them that we aren't going to take their shit anymore. As soon as they see that, I think that they'll back off. All that peaceful protests do is show them that we are compliant. And we need to stop being compliant. That when we stop being compliant, Martin Luther King said riots are the voice of the unheard. So we need to start rioting. I believe that. I mean, I don't think that we should. Yes, peaceful protests do work, but they've shown us that if we peaceful protest, they're still going to be violent towards us.
Exactly. And I mean, like, and that's what I was trying to point out, is that they have not really been that aggressive towards the police, minus right at the beginning, you know, trying to smash those 2 cop cars. And like, man, they let a man lay in the street dead for like fucking 6 hours. I'd be pissed too. And other than that, it's been entirely defense reactions that I've seen personally.
Now, what would happen if we were shooting tear gas and rubber bullets at the police? You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, if you can't
Don't
use
fear
tear
me to have a
gas in
good time.
war. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Dude, shooting some rubber bullets and tear gas at the cops sounds pretty fun right now.
Yeah, it does. But I mean, if they can't do that in war, if it's illegal to do that in other countries, if we go to war to shoot gas at people, why the fuck can they do it here?
And that's a big part of what I wanted to talk about tonight. And the corporations that make these munitions. I saw on the Unicorn Riot stream last night, Nico was reporting that they actually had to send a DNR plane to Wyoming to pick up more munitions because they were almost out. And last night they were using a lot of pepper spray because they didn't have anything else.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but I do think that we need to look, well, not necessarily in this stream, but I think that we need to think about where that money goes. From the sounds of it, there's 2 big companies that make all of the munitions products for the fucking law enforcement in America. And that was what, Combined Systems Technologies and Defense Technologies or something like that.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that they have an entire segment about that on Unicorn Riot's website at this point. And that's also a big part of what this is a big shout out to Unicorn Riot. Their Twitter handle is in the corner of the screen when we're watching their videos, and I posted the link in the comments. I really hope that everybody checks out Unicorn Riot's website. They do a lot more than just these live streams. They have had phenomenal coverage of the Chauvin trial. They have had phenomenal coverage of the uprising after George Floyd's murder, and they have had fantastic coverage on the ground in this uprising as well. And they have done a good job of following the money, so to speak. I don't know if they've had time really with the trial still happening and this like every night on the ground reporting. I don't know if they've had the time to find out like who owns these companies, but these are the questions that we need to ask. I'm willing to bet that they're either politicians or they donate significant sums of money to politicians.
Yep.
Lobbying should be a crime.
Damn right it should be. There should be no money except the people's money and politics.
Right.
And in terms of the violence and the protest, I'm just going to like state flat out, I am a white guy. I am never going to tell black people how to protest their issue. And if your skin is white and you're condemning the violence, you should probably take a look at that.
Yeah. Right. Now, on the Duante Wright thing, yes, I believe, that you need to listen to them. But when we go out and we're protesting the police, I think that's a everybody issue. I think agree. That, I mean, yes, we should definitely try to do it peacefully. And that is, but eventually there's going to come a time where we can no longer be peaceful towards the police. Towards the system that is
I was gonna say towards the system is probably a better way to word that.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the police are definitely the front line to the system. You know what I mean? They definitely work for them and no longer work for the people. Actually, never have worked for the people. But I mean, they always gaslight us and say that they have worked for the people, but they don't.
Shit, cops around here stop putting "to protect and serve" on the side of their cars because they know they don't.
In the comments, Mika said white silence is violence. Exactly. That's the point that we're trying to make. It is on us. It's on every single one of us to stand up and say, this is fucking enough. Done. You're done.
Right? It's a fucking white problem. Why should it be shouldered by the black community?
Yeah. I mean, it's solidarity.
Right.
Am I happy of what they did yesterday with burning down that municipal building, the union building?
Yes, in Portland? Yeah, yes, that was the head of the police union building.
Because that's what's fucking everything up is the police union. They're protecting the cops from getting the, prosecuted, being liable for the shit that they do. And that shit needs to end. Police immunity needs to end, So
I think that if police want a union, then they need to join the same one that every other government employee does.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a separated union
Mika just said in the comments, people over property. And yeah, I don't care how many dollars of damage were caused when a life was ended.
Yeah, everybody's saying if if people can be shot over property, what's that thing going around? Shit. You know what I'm talking about why is it not right for you to be killed over property, but I don't know what the fuck it is. Damn it.
That's okay.
But
we'll see. Go ahead.
It's just not right. It's not right that people are being killed over property, even if it's destroying property, especially these large corporations that they're destroying because
that the National Guard is there to protect.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, dude. Look at where the soldiers are stationed. It's banks, it's fucking Walmarts. And
Did you see that? Go ahead.
It's just insane to me that this parallel is not being drawn at all. It's not mind-blowing, but this parallel isn't being drawn. This narrative isn't being talked about in mainstream media at all.
Because their bosses are the ones that own that shit, But did you see that they were slashing people's tires last night?
No.
The cops were slashing people's tires so they couldn't get away.
Wow. I did see that they targeted press with munitions. I did see, and I mean like explicitly targeted them. I mean, you don't hit somebody in the chest on accident.
No, they were aiming for him.
And they kept telling the press to leave. Hell no.
Yeah, right.
Hell no.
So they could do whatever the fuck they wanted to these people and nobody would be around to record it.
Right. But luckily we had troopers out there like fucking Nico. And again, I'm going to give endless shout outs to Unicorn Riot. His coverage is great. And I feel like he's protected out there. I mean, whether it's padded clothing and a gas mask or what, I don't know. But luckily he has stayed safe.
The guy from Status Quo that filmed the January 6th, he's out there now too.
Oh Jesus.
So he's a good guy. He works for Status Quo. He's they're just trying to record it. I mean, we got to have independent media out there.
Yeah.
Because fucking regular media isn't covering this at all.
Why would they? If they do cover the movement for Black Lives, they're not going to have a positive spin on it, even if they try to adopt the moniker and make it sound like they give a shit.
You mean they're going to dress up in clothing and kneel and shit? Fuck them.
Yeah, fucking like the Democrats.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have another live-ish, also about 5 minutes ago, interview.
You comfortable with the light?
Yeah.
Okay. Talk about it. Whatever you want to talk about, and I'll ask you a question after that.
Okay. Well, we're out here again on day 4 or 5. Is it 5?
5, I think.
Damn. All the days are just merging into one. And we're out here seeking justice. We're out here because manslaughter 2 ain't enough because we need murder charges. We're out here because she gets to resign with her pension and she gets to go and live her life. We're out here because we still got people in the prisons downtown and she's out walking free. How she come in and then let her out in a couple hours? That's fucking bullshit. That's why we're out here. And we're going to stay out here till justice happens. Because right now, let me tell you, they don't care about justice. And they're showing that. A lot of these politicians, like Tim Fascist Waltz, comes out and they say that they care about Black Lives Matter, right? But they care about Black Lives Matter the same as the businesses that put BLM on their shit during the uprising. It just means don't burn this building. It doesn't mean you actually support us. Because what I need to see is support through your actions and not just through your words. And the fact of the matter is they say Black Lives Matter, right? They say that, but with their actions that they're doing in the court right now with Floyd, you don't see that. With their actions that they're doing with Kim and allowing her to leave while we still have protesters and comrades and brothers and sisters and non-binary folks still down there in Hennepin County jails. That shows through your actions that you don't care.
Yeah, thank you so much for bringing that up. There's a lot of people still stuck on probable cause riot charges and other such charges for protesting the death that Kim Potter caused, Kim Potter, and she is out. How does that make you feel? And then also, she has protection at her house, and she might be there right now while, like you said, other people who have been protesting the death that she caused of Duante Wright are still locked up.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy to think that people who are protesting the fact that she lynched someone in broad daylight are still in jail, and she already came in and went. Like, make it make sense. Someone, please. All they got to do is say the magical word. They got to say it's an accident, and all the liberals are like, well, I mean, how y'all make the same accident for 400 fucking years? That's motherfucking bullshit. And so it's not cool that she gets to sit back with her pension, chilling in her house with her family. That's not what this is about. But they're showing where their priorities are. They're showing that their priorities is to protect the killer cop. And we see that, right? We see that when they come out and they put a blue line flag up the day after they lynch. We have a community that's trying to heal. We have a community that's trying to get justice. And all they do is keep escalating us. All they keep doing is keep taunting us. All they keep doing is targeting black bodies out here and trying to shoot them in their necks. That's all they do. It's never about justice. It's never about healing. It's about building a fucking fort in the middle of downtown where the court's happening. That's a military occupation. How does that help anything?
Talk about that. Minneapolis is now under military occupation, as well as other places around the metro. How does that feel?
Well, my thing is like, they always talk about military occupation, and they're talking about in a war-torn country that America overthrew their government with a coup, or some Western power. Shout out to Europe, they're real good at that too.
I love this guy.
They're always in some war-torn country that they cause, and they put on military occupation because they know what's best for the people, and they can keep everyone safe by bringing in the military. And now that's what they're doing to us. That's what they're fucking doing to us. And then the other thing is that they're always out here talking about genocide. They're talking about genocide here, genocide there. They always want to make it seem. They always want to make it seem like it's far away, right? Do that shit. We got fireworks at the motherfucking revolution.
Fireworks at the motherfucking revolution. I love that.
Yep, so, ooh, I got days there. Yeah, So they always want to talk about the genocide that's happening here and there. They always like to make it sound like it's so far away, right? Like it's all the way. No, that's not even on here. That's all the way over on that continent. There's a fucking genocide going here to black bodies that's been going on for 400 years. There's a fucking genocide that's going on to the Native Americans ever since these fucking colonizers came here and oppressed them. We're not talking about that, though. They don't want to talk about that.
What's the way forward?
The way forward is to get systemic change. And the way that we're going to get systemic change is, you know, we got to get these bills passed, right? So we got to be out here and we got to we need to be out here and get these charges checked up and get this stuff. But we need people to stay out here because unfortunately the system is built up to see, as a test to see how much people care, right? And that's what the problem is that it's so long, right? Just think about it. The Chauvin case just is coming to an end, and it's nearly a year after the incident. The other 3 killer cops don't even go on trial until July. They're testing to see if we care enough. And let me tell you, we have to care. We have to stay out in these streets. We have to get them on the streets. We got to light their phones up. We got to do everything to get liberation for everybody and make sure no one gets left behind. And so what we need to do is we have bills that the families are trying to pass at the legislation. And we need to get those bills passed. And we need to get community control of the police as well. We need to make sure that we're being, we're preventing shit, right? Because unfortunately, what keeps happening is it takes someone to fucking die in order for anyone to care. And at that point, it's too fucking late for us. It's too late. We need to care beforehand. Bills are supposed to be made out of paper, not fucking human bodies. So we need to prevent this shit before it fucking happens.
Mikey, anything else you want to say?
I want to say that Black trans lives matter. All power to the people.
Power to the people. Thank you.
Man, I love Nico's coverage. Seriously. Would you ever see an interview like that on fucking CNN?
Fuck no.
Hell nah. Holy shit. There's so much to unpack in what he just said. And he's dead on about all of it. Straight up.
I want to shout out that fireworks during the revolution. Hell yeah.
Right.
She's getting
exactly. And that's one of the chants that I remember from May and June was it's not a riot, it's a revolution.
Damn right. The charges that if she gets convicted of the charges that they are filing against her, she'll get 3 fucking years. That's it. 3 years. She should get. Duante was 20 years old. That's how many years she took a 20-year-old away from, or no, wait. He was 20 years old. He probably had about 60 years left. She should get 60 fucking years in fucking jail, you know, until she fucking dies probably. So she should end her life in jail, basically. She took that away from him. That's what she should get. You know, that's my thought.
Life sentence.
Yeah, definitely a life sentence for her. She's what? That would probably, I mean, she'd probably be what, in her 90s or so after that was all said and done. I don't know exactly how old she is. 26 years on the force. She could have been there since she was 19 or 20. So she'd be probably about 46 in her late 40s probably right now. So give her 60 years. She'll be 110 by the time she gets out. Which, you know, she won't live that long. Cops don't live that long in jail as is.
He's dark.
Does that make you not want to fucking go out there? Just that drum.
There's still a lot of people out there.
If I didn't have my daughter, if I wasn't a stay-at-home dad, I would be out there right now.
Quite a lot of the crowd has been done. You see, they said.
Oh God! Last night they were pepper spraying through the fence, so tonight they put blankets over the fence.
See, that's ingenuity. They're fucking thinking, you know.
As they were shooting yesterday. So far we've
Work smart, not hard.
And that is the kind of direct action that I like to see personally. Like, just render them ineffective.
Yeah.
They've used CS gas, HC gas, which is a very, very bad.
They're putting umbrellas all over it.
It's also known to cause birth defects.
Oh.
Police have also used triple chasers, 40mm marker rounds, and a litany of other munitions, mostly from Combined Systems, Defense Technology, and Safariland.
Safariland?
Remember those 3 companies, ladies and gentlemen.
The one is like right by me.
It's just, okay, so like, here's my thing though. How is it okay to literally have a military occupation in American City?
It's not.
Well, right. That's the point that I'm trying to make, but
well, I know.
How does anybody support this?
Because our system is ran by a bunch of corporations that fucking, that's what they're there for, is to protect them. Because they don't care about the fucking people. They only care about money. Their top dollar.
Right. Trisha, you've been awful quiet.
Yeah. I don't know. Just been kind of deep in thought about this.
Am I
well, yeah, I mean, there was a lot to unpack in what that one guy said, honestly.
Right. And so much of it just hitting nails right on the fucking head too. Like, fuck your words. If your actions don't line up with your words, they're meaningless.
Right. And that's why I've been like skipping around these broadcasts and trying to find interviews with people on the ground, because I don't want it to get lost in the mainstream narrative. I don't want the left to think that it's necessarily a bunch of liberals out there. It's not. There's a bunch of comrades out there fighting for liberation.
Yes.
Right.
But
we know some of those comrades too from Facebook.
Right. It's so sad to see an American city literally look like a military base, ultimately.
Yeah, like this is them invading Iraq or something. They fucking
hold on. This is I need to come back over to the live feed real quick. Well, there's an interview that I'm gonna get first, and then where he goes after the interview. Again, support Unicorn Riot at UR_ninja on Twitter, and unicornriot.ninja is their website. They have a lot of resources on there. They have excellent coverage of things, particularly in the Minneapolis area. yeah, support them.
To be honest, I think they should go home. We are out here legalizing our rights because black people are tired. How many more people gotta die for them to keep, like, get the system right? We are tired and enough is enough.
Yeah, can I ask you, what is it like to be out here right now? What is the atmosphere like? Have you been out here before?
No, this is my first time being out here. I like experiencing all of this because it's like, look at what we gotta go through just to get our rights. Like, we're basic human beings. Everybody should have rights, and just because the color of our skin should not mean anything. We should all have rights.
When it comes to, so tonight, the last few nights, they've sort of kettled everybody, or like provided actually one space for people to leave, but tonight they're saying everybody might be kettled sort of in the same vicinity. What is your feeling right now?
If they really trap us in here, that's not going to end well, because if they do, then I have a feeling they're going to put tear gas, and then how are we all going to leave? Like, this is all a setup if they do that.
How does that make you feel? Are you a resident?
She's learning.
No. But that doesn't sit right. That does not sit right with me at all, that they're trying to trap us. If they do and then throw tear gas on us, does not sit right with me at all.
So what makes you, like, what brings you out here to defy the curfew and to still be here?
To just exercise our rights, because how many more black people have to die for them to understand that this needs to stop? Like, we're not playing no games. And if they don't give the guilty verdict to Derek, and if they don't get justice for Duante, this is not going to end well.
Anything else you want to say?
No, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, while he's walking to the next, I don't know if that music's copyrighted. That's why I'm muting it. But Natalie said in the comments, did anyone see that Chicago released the video today? Actually, I would like to clarify, the city of Chicago did not release the video. The community oversight, the civilian oversight board, released the body cam footage today. But yes, I did see it, and it's fucking terrible. They executed a 13-year-old boy.
What?
He had his hands up and everything, dude.
What are you talking about? I'm lost.
It was one of the articles that I had shared earlier that I had to the group chat that I forwarded from my uncle. Give me a second, I'll grab it and pop it up.
Are you upset I'm lost, Rob?
No, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. But I love check out all the air fresheners on this fence.
Yeah. They shot a 13-year-old today.
Well, no, it wasn't today. The body cam footage was released today. It was March 29th. It was over 2 weeks ago now. And we're just finding out about it. That's kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah, they didn't want to talk about it. If they didn't have to fucking acknowledge it, it was, once the shit's released, then they got no choice but to fucking acknowledge it and pretend like they're doing something.
So they're just sweeping it under the rug, like he didn't matter or something.
Well, from what I understand, the department didn't want the video released at all, but the civilian oversight board was like, no.
Wow.
Austin, I just popped that in the group chat again there, so it's
okay. Thank you.
Right there at the bottom of the feed.
Indeed. But yeah,
Sorry.
I mean, literally, it's a kid. It's a fucking kid. How is a kid a threat to you? What kind of coward does it take to shoot a child? With his hands up.
Look, there's a lot of people this statement is utterly fucking unpopular with, and I don't give a fuck at this point. Why the fuck do we even have police when this is what the fuck they do? We need to disarm the police. We need to socialize arming everybody else like the poor. We need to disarm the fucking police. If you can't handle making a traffic stop without fucking murdering people, you can't do your fucking job. That's not your job. It's not your fucking job to go on the force to go murder people, motherfuckers. This is unacceptable. And there's a lot of pants shitters out there who are probably like, oh, but who do I call in a fucking emergency?
Your neighbor, he'll get there quicker.
The thing is, you have to be able to defend yourself. A cop isn't going to get there in time to save your ass, like if somebody's breaking in your fucking house or some shit like that. So the cop is of no benefit to you unless they're coming to pick up the fucking body if you manage to take down the person breaking into your house, you know? So cops don't serve a purpose there. If it's a fucking medical emergency and you call 911, you need a paramedic, not a cop. If you're having a mental health crisis, you need a social worker, a counselor, a therapist, someone along those lines, not a cop. They don't serve a fucking reasonable purpose anymore. They're just a threat to the very society that pays for their fucking livelihood. This is unacceptable. We need to completely fucking clean house. If you are currently a member of the police and that particular, I guess, I don't know how else to frame it, but the police culture and the bootlicking and all of that shit, they all need to be fired. They all need to be fucking fired. And maybe we can, I don't know, hire some peaceful ass Canadians or some shit who know how to handle, you know, things like traffic stops without killing people.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is an institution that has so fucking defiled our society that it's no longer acceptable to keep, not in its current form.
He said we want to talk.
Anybody want to talk?
You know,
I can't hear them.
Like, I'm just tired of like being scared of the police.
We're tired of this shit, bro.
We're tired
Fuck
of
the
like,
police, bro.
Like if something happens, who are we gonna call?
Yeah,
Who are we gonna
you know what I'm
call?
saying,
Like,
bro?
If the police are like, if they're shooting at us,
Fuck
and if
the
I get shot,
police.
who am I gonna call to say I got shot by somebody?
And this shit fucked up because it happened last year too. Not even a year ago.
It's like it's not
You know
a
what
year
I'm
yet.
saying?
All over again.
It's almost becoming like a routine.
Yeah.
It's almost like a routine, and
That's
they
what
need
I'm
to be
saying,
like
bro.
stop.
Man, they think they got too much
Done.
power.
It's
All
done.
I gotta say, long live Duante Wright, bro, and fuck 12. Fuck the police, bro.
It's not right.
Fuck 12. All right. Dante Wright for life, nigga. Fuck 12. I don't even know Dante Wright, bro. But I fuck with Dante Wright, bro. Fuck 12, bro.
Let him talk. Let him talk. Let him
Thank you, thank you. Does anyone have something to say? You want to say something? Does anyone want to say something? I finished up.
I'm gonna let you finish down here knowing that Dante was only 20.
How to feel being a youth and knowing that Dante was only
20. She says, how does it feel being like knowing that Dante was only 20? Like, it feels like it can happen to any of us.
I'm 18.
I just turned 18.
Bro, I'm almost 20, bro. I'm almost 20, bro.
Hold on, it's like, it feels like I can happen to any of my friends. Like, I just lost one of my friends recently. Like, it can come really close to home. So it's like, it's really like not real. It's not right. I shouldn't feel like this. It's something not really have to go through. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Thank you. You want it?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, like, it don't feel right because, like, we all young and all that. Like, we all still in high school. Most of us still in high school. And it's just, like, cops don't care about nothing, to be honest. Like, it's just, yeah, it's just, yeah, that's all I got to say. I ain't got to say nothing else. Yeah.
Hey, real life, I just feel like it's crazy that I gotta sit here and watch over the group that's speaking now, because I don't know what time they're gonna pop off at, what time anything can happen at. So I really feel like it's fuck 12, and it's sad that we gotta watch our backs like this. We out here posting like somebody looking for us.
Can you talk about what it feels like to have all these National Guard on the streets?
Man, it's crazy. They don't even need all these people out here. It's just a bunch of people. Ain't nobody out here got no guns, man. They are on.
I feel like they're really here for show.
Yeah.
They're really here for show. They're really here to scare people, but hey.
Hey, ain't no reason to be scared.
Come on,
we
man. We gotta stand up as a community.
We out here for a good reason, so ain't no reason to be scared.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, you have a good day.
You too. Appreciate it.
Hey guys, I'm Sterling Champagne. I'm just here. I'm just out here. I've been out here I was out for George Floyd for about 10 days. I got arrested, got almost ran over by a semi truck. I'm back out here just protesting. There ain't nothing against nothing, but it's protesting for peacefulness. This shit that's going on right now is just not right. Duante, Wright, George Floyd, all of it. It has nothing to do with what we're doing. We're here for equality. We're here for everybody that... I'm sorry to be choked up, but I'm here for everybody that needs to be here, because this thing has got to end, because this protest isn't for just Duante, isn't just for George Floyd, it is for everybody living right here with us. And I would love to speak with all of you. Hell, what can you give me and your thought process on what's going on here today?
Hey, yeah, I've been doing that. I want to give this time to you, to the community, to let the audience know. So thank you for that. Appreciate that. And so, how does it compare from George Floyd to now? What is your comparison?
The only comparison is the amount of people that are out here. We had a lot more backing behind George Floyd versus what's out here. It might be where we're at, the presence of where we're at versus, you know, down in Minneapolis next to Cup Foods. But right now, we need more people out here. We need more people going around. We need more people being a part of something that is something in this world. Because right now, there ain't shit going on but this. We just need people, guys. And I love Unicorn Riot. I was just watching y'all before you guys showed up here. I'm not exactly sure which part of Unicorn Riot you are, but I appreciate everything that you are a part of and everything that you have come to be.
Contribute to Unicorn Riot.
I appreciate the interview because I have sat here and looked for you guys because you mean the world to me. Because I sat out here during the George Floyd riots for 10 days recording everything, and everything was getting deleted and blocked, and they would shut off my streams, they would shut off everything. So it's just amazing to see that there's real media out here. It's not fake news. CNN tried to talk to me and I shunned them off, but you guys are real media, and I appreciate literally everything that you absolutely fucking do. And I apologize for my French, but my name is Sterling Champagne from Coon Rapids, and I'm here to support everybody.
All right. Thanks, Sterling.
Thank you.
Good to meet you.
Nico? You are the one, Nico.
He's the guy. He's the guy.
Nico, you're the exact guy who
What should I say? I have nothing to. Yo, this shit's fucked. I was out there for 2 weeks for George Floyd and ran away from tons of cops. That shit's crazy. This is my first night out here. It's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but I was about to say the National Guard are a bunch of pussies who are out here not doing shit but standing there looking like a bunch of bitches. So that'd be great if they didn't do that. But yeah, that's basically it. Fuck 12.
What's your feeling about Duante Wright? The officer was charged with second-degree manslaughter.
Yep.
Are you okay with that?
No, absolutely not.
Are we okay with what?
Second-degree manslaughter charge.
It should be third-degree murder, honestly, technically, but
First-degree murder. She has a job to protect us.
true,
You know what I mean?
true.
I don't believe
True.
the Chauvin case, even if we hung him in the street, people would be happy.
Yeah, but
So you said it's your first night out here right now?
Yeah.
So people are talking about, you know, because it's a 10 o'clock curfew,
Yeah.
the police have been enforcing that a little bit differently every time.
Yes, sir.
So possibly there could be a kettle. Does that
Yeah.
make you scared that you might be arrested tonight?
absolutely not. I'm pretty quick on my feet. I got my longboard with me. This is my best friend. So we're gonna hit the dip real quick, and we're gonna scooter dude out of here real quick. So.
Hell, I got arrested during the George Floyd riots and got out. They told me not to go to the St.
Right
Paul
here.
Capitol or else I'd be arrested again. They put me in a golf cart and dropped me in the middle of St. Paul and told me to find my way home. I found my way to the Capitol, and that's when I almost got ran over by the semi. So, bro, the shit they're doing out here is just not positive at all. It doesn't matter what they do, capture you, release you. Hell, I got released on a Saturday.
So what do you actually hold on, I want to talk about one particular thing that we saw in an interview earlier. Community control of the police. That was a key part of Howie Hawkins' 2020 presidential campaign. We need to get more people like that running for office, and we need to all be for community control of the police, because this shit has got to fucking stop. And in the comments, Mika said, defund the police, reallocate to the people. Fucking right. And police were born out of slave patrols in the South and property protection in the North, and still continue as such today. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that's why there's thousands of people in the street.
Yeah. I watched that video.
But I think that we have accomplished pretty much what we were hoping to today, and just kind of get some of these activist voices out there. You know, that's important, and that shouldn't be lost in the shuffle. You know, you're never going to get that on mainstream media.
No.
But
We definitely
anyway,
need more of that.
right. But anyway, I wanted to throw one more shout out to Unicorn Riot, because all of the footage you saw today was from them, specifically from Nico. Unicornriot.ninja. Go to their website, make a donation if you can. If you have anything left over that you want to donate, you can go to our Patreon. That's patreon.com/forwearemany. And we will be back on Monday with another current event stream. And next Thursday, we will be discussing Eugene v. Debs, the IWW, and the Socialist Party. Anybody else have anything to say for closing?
I watched that video. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Of that kid.
I just want to say goodnight. I'm sorry. I gotta go. I'm exhausted. I love you guys. Have a good
Peace.
night.
Have a good night.
I'm sorry for interrupting. We both started off at the same time.
No, I'm happy you sent me that video.
Yeah.
I'm not happy. I don't know what to say. Fuck. I mean, I just watched it and yeah. I don't know what to say about that. I mean,
yeah, it's fucked.
Fuck 12.
Yeah, what else is there to say about it?
Fuck, we need to start fighting back.
That was said by a couple of organizers today. Mika said, thank you for having these conversations. Honestly, Mika, thank you for being here and being a part of these conversations. This is pretty much what we started doing these for, was to have the conversations that aren't happening in mainstream media. But anyway, if Austin, if you have anything else to say, go ahead. Otherwise, I'm just gonna wrap it up.
No, I'm good. I mean, I want to rant about shit, but I'm upset. I am upset to the core of me. This is some bullshit. Duante Wright, everybody, George Floyd, fucking all of them, no matter, even if they get justice for George Floyd and Duante Wright, how many others
did he get justice?
Yes.
Oh my God, right.
How many others don't we know about?
And I also just want to re-stress, amplify Black voices. Let them be heard in this moment. This is about them.
Take your white privilege and amplify their voices. Make sure you reach far and wide. Start your own fucking protests. Solidarity amongst our comrades of, you know, out there fighting for this, fighting for lives.
Literally fighting for their lives. Have a good night, guys.
Bye.